Thank you, Tom. I appreciate the introduction and kind words. BBWAA, thank you once again for hosting this great event and always making us feel welcomed. Congrats on your 101st gala. To all the writers who voted for me, thank you. This MVP award is very meaningful, and winning it again means so much to me. A deep appreciation goes out to all of you writers for recognizing the hard work and efforts that were put forth in achieving this NL MVP award. To my fellow recipients, congratulations to all of you and your achievements, especially to the
Have you ever seen a superstar leave the field looking disappointed, even after doing something most athletes could only dream of accomplishing? That's exactly the scene baseball fans witnessed when Shohei Ohtani walked off the mound in Pittsburgh. Sweat covered his face, frustration was impossible to hide, and for the first time in a long while, it looked like things hadn't gone according to plan. Yet by the end of the night, the numbers told a different story. His ERA had only risen to 1.06, he had launched another home run, and he remained firmly in the middle of the Cy Young conversation. If this was truly his roughest performance of the season, the rest of the league may have an even bigger problem than they realized. The expectations surrounding Ohtani have become almost impossible to satisfy. Every time he takes the mound, fans expect dominance from the opening pitch. Every at-bat comes with the possibility of a towering home run. He has reached a level where excellence feels routine, making even a slightly imperfect game seem like headline news. That pressure followed him into this matchup, where thousands expected another effortless display of pitching brilliance. Instead, Pittsburgh's lineup came prepared to compete. Rather than chasing pitches outside the strike zone, hitters stayed patient and forced lengthy battles. Ohtani found himself working much harder than usual, throwing pitch after pitch in an attempt to escape difficult situations. It wasn't that he lacked velocity or movement. The difference was that every inning required concentration and adjustments, making his job far more demanding than in recent starts. As his workload increased, observers noticed something unusual. His pitch count continued climbing while the innings became increasingly stressful. Normally, Ohtani controls the pace and keeps hitters uncomfortable, but this time the opposition managed to extend at-bats and challenge him in ways few teams had all season. Even so, he never appeared rattled. He trusted his arsenal attacked the zone and kept battling despite the pressure. Eventually, the Dodgers made a decision fans rarely see. Manager Dave Roberts walked to the mound and removed Ohtani before the inning had ended. It marked a rare moment in a season filled with dominance, and the disappointment on Ohtani's face was impossible to miss. He accepted the decision professionally, handed over the baseball, and walked toward the dugout, knowing he had not met his own incredibly high standards. For almost any other pitcher, that would have concluded the evening. But Shohei Ohtani is unlike anyone else in modern baseball. After stepping away from his pitching duties, he remained in the lineup because another challenge still awaited him. Instead of sitting on the bench, he prepared to face opposing pitchers with a bat in his hands. Not long afterward, he reminded everyone why he is considered one of the sport's greatest two-way talents. He connected on a massive home run that energized his teammates and reignited the Dodgers' offense. The swing showcased the same explosive power fans have admired for years. On another deep drive, he nearly added another highlight reel blast before an outstanding defensive play robbed him of extra glory. Moments like those explain why Ohtani continues to fascinate baseball audiences around the world. Most players spend entire careers trying to master one side of the game. He continues to perform at an elite level as both a pitcher and a hitter, often changing the outcome in multiple ways during the same contest. The game also featured an adjustment behind the plate as Ohtani worked with catcher Dalton Rushing. Whenever a pitcher develops chemistry with a different catcher, communication becomes especially important. Several close calls and strategic decisions sparked discussion among fans, showing how even tiny moments can influence momentum. Baseball often turns on inches rather than feet, and this contest was filled with examples of just how thin that margin can be. Despite Ohtani's challenging outing, Los Angeles appeared to be cruising toward victory for much of the game. The offense had built a healthy lead, confidence was high, and the atmosphere suggested another successful night for the Dodgers. With Ohtani contributing both on the mound and at the plate, supporters had little reason to worry. Then everything changed. Pittsburgh refused to back down and slowly mounted an unforgettable comeback. Hit after hit chipped away at the lead until the pressure shifted entirely onto Los Angeles. The crowd sensed an opportunity, energy surged through the stadium, and momentum completely changed sides. Before long, what seemed like a comfortable Dodgers victory had transformed into one of the season's most dramatic finishes. Even after the final out, however, the conversation returned to Ohtani. His ERA increased to just 1.06, a figure that remains extraordinary by any measure. Many pitchers would gladly finish an entire season with numbers close to that mark. Yet, because Ohtani has spent months delivering one dominant performance after another, this slight increase became one of baseball's biggest talking points. That reaction reveals how extraordinary his season has truly been. Expectations have risen so high that a quality performance is viewed as disappointing simply because it falls short of perfection. It is a standard created by his own excellence, one that almost no athlete could realistically maintain over a full schedule. The race for the Cy Young Award continues to intensify, and Ohtani remains one of the strongest candidates. Voters value consistency, durability, and the ability to control games under pressure. Throughout the season, he has demonstrated all of those qualities while adding another layer that few competitors can match: elite offensive production. That dual contribution makes evaluating his impact even more fascinating. While other aces finish their outings and rest, Ohtani immediately shifts into another demanding role, stepping into the batter's box against fresh major league pitching. Maintaining excellence under those circumstances requires exceptional preparation, discipline, and athletic ability. Perhaps the biggest lesson from this game is that greatness doesn't require perfection. Every elite competitor eventually experiences adversity. What matters is the response. Ohtani continued attacking hitters despite difficult innings, stayed mentally engaged after leaving the mound, and quickly turned his focus toward helping his team offensively. That ability to adapt may be just as valuable as his physical talent. History suggests that setbacks often motivate him rather than discourage him. Time after time, he has answered criticism with stronger performances and remarkable adjustments. Opposing teams studying this game may believe they have discovered a formula for slowing him down, but experience indicates that Ohtani rarely stays quiet for long. As the season progresses, each of his appearances will continue drawing enormous attention. Fans will watch every pitch, every swing, and every statistic while debating his place among baseball's elite. That spotlight can be overwhelming, yet Ohtani continues embracing the challenge and delivering performances worthy of global attention. Looking back, this game may ultimately serve as a reminder of just how extraordinary his standards have become. A pitcher leaves with an ERA barely above 1, hits a home run in the same game, competes through difficult conditions, and still walks away visibly frustrated because he expects more from himself. That mindset is what separates legendary competitors from ordinary stars. When the final awards are discussed later this year, this outing is unlikely to define his season. Instead, it may simply highlight the remarkable level he has established. Even on a night filled with challenges, Shohei Ohtani remained productive, resilient, and impactful. If this represents the lowest point of his campaign, baseball fans everywhere should be excited, and opposing teams should be extremely nervous about what he does next.